Pointless to get embarrassed by a young kid in front of the world, and you're only going to spend any. Boxing is a young man's game, like I told Vladimir Klitschko when he was 37. Boxing's a young man's game and it waits for nobody. So here's the opinion, you've heard it here first. Moses Itauma will wreck all them old.
Let's put Fury aside briefly, because the Itauma-Hrgovic matchup deserves serious attention. This fight is for the vacant heavyweight title, and Oladipo explained why it carries so much weight. For Itauma, this is a major opportunity and clear evidence that his backers genuinely believe in his potential.
Itauma and Filip Hrgovic are going to fight for the vacant IBF heavyweight title. It's big news, very big news. This is now massive for Itauma. This is like a promoter going all in with their chips, right? You're going to fight a top 10 guy, which everyone's been screaming for. You're going to fight at the O2 Arena. Let's see if the fans turn up for you. It's pay-per-view. Let's see how the numbers are. And now you're going to fight for a heavyweight title. Like, that's everything. That is full belief in what you've got. And there's every reason for Francis and Frank Warren to have full belief in Moses Itauma. It's funny because we're all in based off seeing him fight guys that we knew he would blow away. So he still hasn't yet fought a top 15 guy. But sometimes you can just see it. And I think everyone can see it with Moses Itauma.
Dave Allen is firmly backing Itauma. He believes the young fighter is too fast, sharp, and fresh for the Croatian, predicting an early stoppage, especially if Hrgo's recurring cut issue appears again. Still, Allen acknowledges this won't be easy, admitting Hrgo represents by far the toughest challenge Itauma has faced in his career so far.
I think it's a great fight for Itauma. You know, it'll really give us an idea of how good he really is, I guess. I think it's by far the hardest fight of his career. I think Itauma wins. I think he's too fast, too sharp for Hrgovic, a bit too fresh. So yeah, I think Itauma will win. I think he'll stop Hrgovic. I think he'll cut him early. I don't think it'll last that long, actually. In terms of the title, Hrgovic been high in the rankings for a long time. Itauma's beat Franklin and Dillian White. Does that deserve a world title fight? Maybe not, but he could be the next big thing. Hopefully he is. Hopefully he wins this and goes on and unifies, and then the next crop can come through and challenge him.
Joseph Parker offered the most balanced view, which makes sense given his experience against fighters of this level. He praised Itauma's technical development, noting that the youngster continues improving with every bout. However, Parker expects Hrgovic to stick to his usual approach, constantly moving forward, applying pressure, and throwing heavy punches throughout the entire fight.
Itauma is very talented, very sharp, only getting better and better with each fight. And this will be a good test for him, because Hrgovic is no slouch, and no one is just going to come easy and try and give it to him, you know? Hrgovic will be throwing punches, chasing him down. And if Moses can deal with that and look impressive, then you know he's ready for the big stage.
Gareth Davies made the boldest prediction of the group. He believes Itauma will completely outbox Hrgovic before finding a stoppage somewhere around the 7th, 8th, or 9th round. Davies went even further, predicting that Itauma will accomplish something nobody has managed before, becoming the first fighter in history to stop Hrgovic inside the ring.
Moses Itauma outboxes Filip Hrgovic, and he defeats him in the 7th or 8th round by stoppage. 7, 8, 9 rounds for me. I think he'll get to Hrgovic, and I think he'll become the first fighter to stop him. If he doesn't, and he can't get him out of there, there'll be a lot of debate about why he hasn't, but I think he wins on points if he doesn't do that. But I'm going for a stoppage between rounds 7 and...
Barry McGuigan has supported Itauma for longer than most, and his confidence grew even stronger after watching the youngster spar Daniel Dubois. Considering Dubois' level, that is a meaningful test of Itauma's ability. Johnny Nelson has been even more vocal, making it clear that his confidence in Itauma is extremely high.
Really more than an opponent, but the point is, he reminds me, look, I've seen him spar with Dubois when he came into the gym, and like, he was so good. And okay, he only done 3 rounds and got out, but still he looked so impressive and you know, Dubois is such a banger, such a powerful, strong, explosive puncher. And I watched this kid and I went, wow, where the hell did he come out of? And he won the world under-19s as an amateur. He is, I'm telling you, Frank got him at the right time because nobody heard about him. And you know, he invested money in him and said, this is the guy to have. And he is the best heavyweight I've seen in a long, long time. And I know Hrgovic is incredibly tough. And there's every chance that I could be eating my words. If he blows out after 6 rounds and Hrgovic is still coming on, Hrgovic could win. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to get him out and going to get him out early.
He believes Itauma holds the advantage in athleticism, technical ability, youth, and overall ring intelligence. He expects Itauma to secure the victory either through the judges' scorecards or by producing a late stoppage. That prediction is particularly interesting because it differs slightly from Alan's view, who is anticipating an earlier finish against Hrgovic.
Johnny, we've got a huge heavyweight title fight coming up in Moses Itauma against Filip Hrgovic. Talk to me and tell me, how do you see it going?
I think Moses Itauma, too sharp, too smart, too technically astute for him, and too young. I think Hrgovic will give him a few things to think about to improve him as a fighter if he's going to be the heir apparent. So it'd be a learning lessons for him, but I think Moses Itauma beats Hrgovic. If he doesn't go to pit distance, stops him very late.
Do you see Moses getting hurt in the fight at all?
I see questions being answered, which he needs to. And every fight he has from this point onwards needs to be that case. If he wants to be a champion and stay a champion. It can't be an easy ride all the way you're going through, because eventually you're going to come up against somebody that gives you something different and makes you think about what kind of fighter you are. If you get hit, you get hurt, you get wobbled, you get put down. You want this to happen now before you become a champion, because at that time there's too much at stake, and then you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is it, it's over, this should happen to me. So I think this is a good learning fight for Moses that he can win.
Tony Bellew went in the opposite direction, making a confident prediction that the fight will end before the 6th round. What makes that prediction especially interesting is Hrgovic's professional record. He has never competed beyond the 6th round in his entire career. Every fight he has entered has ended within those opening 6 rounds.
Do you think Moses gets through the Hrgovic fight?
Yep.
Do you think
I think he gets rid of him inside 6 rounds.
Do you think he puts him in with Daniel?
And then that's what worries me is he gets through the Hrgovic fight and he blows him away in 6 rounds, and then they throw him to the wall.
Chris Algieri is the one analyst urging everyone to slow down, and someone needed to. He points out that Hrgovic has already shared the ring with genuinely dangerous heavyweights, including Gilal Zhang. He also highlights Hrgovic's conditioning, legitimate punching power, and durable chin, which has absorbed plenty of punishment without failing.
Hrgovic being 33 years old versus Itauma, who's 21, by the time they fight, maybe 22, there's a big difference. And I think the biggest difference is Hrgovic has been asked the questions, and he's given the answers. Not always the right answer, like when he fought Daniel Dubois, but he's been in tough fights. You know, Gilal Zhang, that was a brutal heavyweight fight, back and forth, stayed tough throughout, showed that his chin could hold up, showed that he had the power, showed that he had the conditioning. He's been there. With Itauma, we don't know any of those answers yet. He hasn't been pushed yet as a pro. He has a very low number of fights as an amateur, very low number of fights in general, amateur and pro. So the question marks are glaring when it comes to Moses Itauma. Yes, the talent is there. Yes, the power is there. The finishing ability is all there. He has all the makeup to be a heavyweight champion and a star at that. But what happens when he gets pushed? What happens when there is pushback, when there is resistance? And I think Hrgovic is the kind of guy that can answer those questions. He's going to put up resistance. He has power. He's big. He's been there. I don't see him as a guy who's just going to get blown out by Itauma. So there are going to be some questions asked of Itauma.
That is the real question. Nobody knows how he will respond after being hurt because no opponent has done it yet. Hrgovic will keep testing him for as long as he remains standing. Regardless of the outcome, this fight ends Itauma's prospect stage. He either leaves as a world champion or walks away having learned a difficult lesson.